Welcome back to Gold Derby. I'm Christopher Rosen. I'm joined by Joyce and Joyce. We're here. We're recording this on Wednesday, but Oscar voting is happening right now as you're watching this.
Welcome to March.
We did it. It's March. We're still talking about these same movies. We're at a year. March of last year was when Everything Everywhere first debuted.
Yeah, well, it hit South by Southwest.
Yes. So
and
a
then
full year.
Its opening weekend was the weekend of last year's Oscars. So full circle.
Incredible. So we're still talking about that. But Oscar voting is happening, Joyce. And as you pointed out, the LA Times has already published an anonymous ballot, anonymous voters.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago. No time to wait. It reminds me how it used to be industry standard to say, oh, we're going to write here's what happened at the end of Marvel movie or deleted scenes or, post-credit scenes on like the Monday of after release. And now they're out the Thursday morning because nobody cares anymore. They're just like, we're putting it out. Get the SEO.
There's previews.
Yeah.
People are going to be Googling. You want to get that SEO.
So the LA Times going for the SEO, it seems, for the anonymous ballots. The other trades have not posted their anonymous ballots yet.
Most people, including us, run it after voting close as to not to influence the voters. Because, everyone's reading these secret ballots, all 9,000.
9,000, almost 10,000 Academy members. So here are three Academy members that the LA Times talked to. And I got to say, much less offensive than I'm used to just reading this.
I mean, we know where those usually come from.
Maybe the older members of the Academy. But here, the top line takeaways from this, the LA Times, the headline, if you're Googling, 3 Oscar voters share their super secret ballots. Not that secret, because they're in the pages of the LA Times. Big fans of Tar.
Yeah. Todd Field got 3 votes here, 3 for 3, stop the count.
So
give it to him.
I mean, I've said all season we made this case that Todd Field could win Best Director, but he hasn't won a single thing. So it seems ridiculous to pick against the Daniels for Best Director at this point.
No, I mean, listen, if you're changing your entire predictions based on 20 ballots, you have bigger problems. So
I believe so. But I'm not going to change it, certainly. But I think he could have. I think he's still second. I think I still have him in second in my picks.
I don't even know where I have him anymore, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because that one's we already called that one. We all called Best Picture. Cate Blanchett got a lot of votes here. Not a lot of mentions for Michelle Yeoh. Andrea Riseborough got a mention here. Colin Farrell a couple of mentions. It seems like.
Yeah. And then Barry Keoghan had some love, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes.
And Angela Bassett. And so it's confirming all the suspicions we have of maybe like people are going to be like Jamie Lee Curtis should have an Oscar, Angela Bassett should have an Oscar, and then the whole international wing of the Academy is like Carrie Condon's the best, so I'm going to vote for her. That's what it feels like to me.
Oh, and then like this last person, who is this one? This one is an actor, a woman in her 50s. She also loved Austin Butler, but she says it's difficult not to vote for Austin Butler because I adored Elvis, but I think he's going to be back in the Oscars again in the near future. And that kind of thinking is just bad because you don't know what's going to happen to him or how people are going to vote in the future.
Somebody, I forget
he might never make it back. So if you like him right now, just vote for him right now.
I forget who I was reading. One of the pundits had a breakdown of the SAG Awards, and they were like, Brendan Fraser's speech made sure to mention that this is a once in a lifetime role, which is like a code, a dog whistle to be like, I'm never getting nominated again. And I guess for Austin Butler, you could think like maybe he would, but I don't think they vote that way either. I don't actually think people care. I don't think they're like, I'm not going to vote for Austin Butler because he get nominated again.
No, I do think that's a factor when people are thinking about things, because like you do think like this person just said, like he's young, like he'll have more chances. And he's like, you don't know if he'll have more chances. You don't know what's going to happen. So if you think he should win now, just vote for him.
I kind of think that in that case it would. I think for someone like Cate Blanchett, I wonder if you were torn between Michelle Yeoh and Cate Blanchett, let's say, I could see you going Michelle Yeoh because you're like, Cate Blanchett could be here every single year, even though I think most people would agree Tar is maybe the best performance she's ever given. she could easily just give something as good or slightly worse that is an Oscar-worthy performance like 2 years from now, and then we'll be like, Cate Blanchett back again.
Yeah,
And
that's what I mean. Like people are thinking about that. So, but if one of these performances is your favorite, just vote for it right now.
right,
Like you don't know what's going to happen to either of them. They could both come back.
right.
Neither of them could come back. So
Right. I think there's more of a chance in Best Actor that neither of those men come back than there is in Best Actress, personally, just based on how the industry seems to work and their careers. So I would say, like, if you're a big Austin Butler fan, you should maybe vote for him now and not bank on him coming back again.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going to happen. Like,
so that's that, Joyce. So now, anything else there? Nothing. We talked about our picks. Nothing's really changed. I'm still going for acting, and maybe I'll go 1 for 4 here, but I have Austin Butler, Michelle Yeoh now. I did switch Kerry Condon and Kiyu Kwan.
I don't think I'm gonna be touching it again until next week. So I'm not one of those people who constantly changes their predictions anyway. So
yeah, I haven't changed a lot because there's not a lot to change, Joyce.
No.
This seems a lot of these are very set, it seems. Speaking of predictions, now we're going to go through 5 different sets of predictions this weekend. We're hitting the home stretch.
This is it.
So, you got to load it up. We're going to start with the Spirit Awards, then we'll do the Cinema Audio Society Awards, the American Society of Cinematographers, the ASC Awards, and finally the Writers Guild Awards. And Joyce, we're going to be doing a live broadcast during the Writers Guild Awards, which is not broadcast on TV.
No, but it's a bi-coastal ceremony.
It's great. So we'll be on youtube.com, I guess, /Gold Derby. Like the SAG Awards were on youtube.com/Netflix on Sunday night. But we'll talk about that later. We could start with the Spirit Awards, Joyce, which I like to call the Everything Everywhere All at Once Awards.
So as I was telling you before we started, I thought I had not done these predictions at all. And then I loaded it up and it turned out I did back in November when the nominations were announced, that like a million years ago. And then I looked at them and I was like, I don't really need to change much here because I had Everything Everywhere winning basically everything already. So I did make like one change, which was moving Andrea Riseborough up a couple slots.
Let me ask you this. What is the record for a single movie winning SAG Awards? Do you happen to know? You're really good at
SAG or Spirit Awards?
Spirit Awards, sorry.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know.
Because whatever the record is, let's see. Most Spirit Award wins ever. I would say this movie will break the record. That would be my guess.
Well, the thing is, they now have gender neutral categories. So if they still had the 4, it would win 3.
Yes. So let's just go through. I haven't. So it would even more awards if they had the separate categories. Is what you're saying. Okay. Best Picture. The nominees are Everything Everywhere, Tar, Women Talking, Bones and All, and Our Father the Devil. And I have Everything Everywhere All at Once winning.
I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Nothing. It's clearly going to win. It's obviously going to win here. I have Tar.
This is also the people who vote. Anyone can vote. You just have to pay the fee.
Sure.
Like it's basically like the Film Twitter Awards. So.
Okay. Yeah. So then no wonder I have it winning 7 Spirit Awards. Next up, the Director Award, the Daniels, Todd Field, Sarah Polley, Kogo Nada, and Helena Ryan. And I have the Daniels.
Same.
Todd Field in second. Congratulations to the Daniels, another win. Next up, Best Lead Performance, as you said, gender neutral. Nominees are Michelle Yeoh, Cate Blanchett, Paul Mescal, Mia Goth, Taylor Russell, Jeremy Pope, Aubrey Plaza, Andrea Riseborough, Dale Dickey, and Regina Hall. Solid list of nominees. And I have Michelle Yeoh winning.
As do I. And I think this if they had the gendered categories, obviously Paul would be winning actor. So this is probably very hard for them.
Not that hard.
Choosing between, I know, but like there are 2 faves here.
I know, but not that hard.
Michelle Yeoh and Paul Mescal, come on.
Paul Mescal definitely would win, but Michelle Yeoh is obviously winning.
So I moved, I had Andrea in 10th in November, so I moved her up to 7th.
I think I have her in 9th. I'm just sticking to it. Supporting performance. The nominees are Kiyu Kwan, Brian Tyree Henry, Jamie Lee Curtis, Nia Haas, Gabrielle Union, Mark Rylance, Theo Rossi, Brian Darcy James for a movie called The Cathedral, Trevante Rhodes for Bruiser, and Jonathan Tucker for Palm Trees and Power Lines, which is finally out, it seems, now. But it's a Spirit Award nominee this weekend. And I have Kyu Kwan winning for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Again, nothing to say. I did move a JLC up a spot now that she is an Oscar nominee and a SAG Award winner. So
I have her in third. I have Brian Tyree Henry in second.
I have BTH in second too. I have Nina Haas, my girl, Nina Haas in third. So.
Nice. I have Gabrielle Union in fourth, actually.
Not a lot of love for The Inspection.
No, it never took. A24 was too busy with their other wildly successful awards contenders to focus seemingly much on the Inspection. So that's every award so far going to Everything Everywhere. Picture, director, lead performance, supporting performance. Next up, we have breakthrough performance. The nominees are Stephanie Sue, Frankie Corio for After Sun, Grazia Filipovich for Marina, Lily McHenry for Palm Trees and Power Lines, and Daniel Zolradi for Funny Pages. And I have Stephanie Sue winning for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah. And if they, again, had the gendered categories, I think Stephanie would probably win supporting actress.
Yes.
And then Frankie could win breakthrough.
Yes. But not how it's going to shake out. So that's now 6 awards for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Picture, director, performance.
It's 5.
Oh, that's 5. 6 is next. It's the screenplay one. I'm so sorry. For screenplay, Everything Everywhere, Women Talking, Tar, Catherine Callberty, and After Yang, and I have Everything Everywhere winning.
Congratulations.
So they could go Sarah Polley here and just spread the wealth. Wouldn't be surprised if it won there, and very easy to imagine it winning because Everything Everywhere is going to win already 5 awards, like we said, including the Daniels. So they don't need necessarily to win Best Screenplay, but I think that nobody cares and they're just going to vote for Everything Everywhere all at once. I don't know.
Again, you could join and vote. So
if you really love Women Talking, if you're those TSA agents who were shamed by Sarah Polley in her Vanity Fair story this week, who rolled their eyes at Women Talking, and you want to make amends, you could sign up now to vote, I guess, is what you're saying.
I don't know what the voting period was for this. I don't know. I mean, did it overlap with Women Are Talking? I don't know.
What about Women Be Talking?
That's the sequel.
Got it. For Best First Feature, here is one where Everything Everywhere cannot win. The nominees are After Sun, The Inspection, Emily the Criminal, Marina, and Palm Trees and Power Lines. And I have After Sun winning with Emily the Criminal rising, but I don't think it's enough to win.
No. And I have The Inspection in third.
Same. Next, Best Documentary. This one's interesting because not a lot of the 2 Oscar faves right now are Navani and Fire of Love, I would say. They're not here.
Nope.
So the nominees are All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, All That Breathes, Riotville, USA, A House Made of Splinters, and Midwives. And I have All the Beauty and the Bloodshed winning against its 2 other Oscar nominees, All That Breathes and A House Made of Splinters. What do you think?
Same.
Not super confident in this at all.
I am probably 70% confident.
What would you say would
Just
win
because,
if not this?
I have All That Breathes in second, but I think there is a lot of support for All the Beauty.
Yeah.
So.
Same.
Yeah.
Best International Film. The nominees are Saint Omer, Return to Seoul, Corsage, Joyland, and Leonore Will Never Die. And I'm going for an upset here, Joyce. I have Return to Seoul.
Wow. A lot of good choices here. I also thought about Joyland and Corsage, but I just kept it the same that I had in November with Saint Omer.
I feel like Saint Omer, the noise around it has dimmed, and Return to Seoul is a recent theatrical release, so it's kind of picked up in the last month or so, and people really do like that movie a lot.
People like all of these movies
It's
a
true.
lot, so I don't think that really matters.
Next up, Best Cinematography. A shocking exclusion of Everything Everywhere. It must have just maybe that it got lost in the shuffle here. But the nominees were Tar, After Sun, Pearl, Marina, and Neptune Frost. And I have Tar winning.
Same.
After Sun in second. So.
Yes.
Best Editing. And here we have our 7th win for Everything Everywhere, for me at least. The nominees are Everything Everywhere, Tar, After Sun, Marcel the Shell, and The Cathedral. And as I said, Everything Everywhere I have winning.
Yes.
So that's 7 Spirit Awards.
Yeah.
Incredible.
A sweep.
And that's it. Congratulations, Everything Everywhere, at the 2023 Everything Everywhere Awards.
Yeah, will it win more than 7 at the Oscars? Can it win 7?
So right now I have it winning at the Oscars. Hang on. I hit the wrong button and the website's messed. Okay.
Because most Best Picture winners don't win more than 4.
In recent times. Yeah.
Yeah, the preferential ballot era. So
I have Everything Everywhere winning picture, director, actress, supporting actor. That's 4. I also have it winning original screenplay. It's 5. I have it winning best editing is 6. And that is where it ends for me.
So Hurt Locker won 6.
So I think it could win.
First year of.
I think it will win 6. And I could see it if you wanted to say it was going to win more. I mean, if they go wild for this movie, it would win costume design probably and score or song, but I don't know. I'm not ready to go there. I still think there are other alternatives that are very popular as well in those categories. So
I don't have a winning costumes, but song and I don't think I think score is probably All Quiet by now, but song is open.
The song is open. The argument against it is that This Is the Life is not a great, memorable track, but also none of these really are, except for Not To, which I just feel like the buzz is, they're trying to bring the buzz back. It's going to be in theaters, I believe, tomorrow, maybe. They're doing an RRR reunion, basically, in theaters around the country to get buzz back as voting is happening, get it on the social media feeds, people cheering in the aisles. So they're trying, and it could still win. It's definitely the most exciting song in the group. But Everything Everywhere is so beloved, I just think that people are going to go down the box and just be like, yep.
I mean, we've talked about this, that Not To is just serving Husavik.
Yeah.
So
all right, next choice. So it used to be you win the Spirit Awards on, it was the win the Spirit Awards on Saturday, lose on Sunday. Now this year it's going to be win the Spirit Awards on Sunday and then win the Oscars on Sunday.
Yeah, but 8 days later. It's not the next day.
No. The Cinema Audio Society Award, Joyce.
CAS.
Here are the nominees in film, live action, sound mixing. Top Gun Maverick, All Quiet on the Western Front, Elvis, Avatar, The Way of Water, and The Batman. And I have an upset here, Joyce. I have Elvis winning.
Why did you read that so fast?
I don't know.
Were you trying to go for like a world record?
No, I was a Micro Machines guy. Remember that guy?
I have Top Gun.
Top Gun's first in the odds. I went with Elvis because like mixing is, in my mind, a great, a lot of music in mixing.
Yeah, I have Elvis in third and All Quiet in second.
So that's how it breaks down in the odds. To me, if there was sound mixing category at the Oscars this year, Elvis would win.
Yeah.
So that's why I have it winning here.
I just have, so Top Gun won the Golden Reel. So if it wins this, I'll just keep it for sound.
Right.
But I guess, I don't know, even if like All Quiet wins, I might still do Top Gun. So
I guess I'm trying to figure out with this category. This is funny this year because there are 3 movies that could win, I think, at the Oscars. And if there was 2 separate categories, Elvis would definitely win one of them. And then probably Top Gun or All Quiet would win the other one to me. And I just can't figure out which has the most weight and how will people think about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like sound editing would probably have been Top Gun or All Quiet. And I could actually make the case that All Quiet would win sound editing over Top Gun if it was a separate category. And then mixing, I think Elvis would win no problem. So how do they blend together into one category and then who wins? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think now that it's one category with sound, I think you notice it more. Just if you're not in if you're not a sound mixer or engineer, if you're not in a sound branch, if you're just like regular people, or if you're in another branch, I think that the sound in Top Gun Maverick, and even like All Quiet, a war film, you notice that more. Whereas a music-based movie like Elvis, you primarily hear the music.
Right.
So you don't think of it as a soundy movie.
Right. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. I think you might be right, but anyway, that's why I put Elvis here, because I'm like, it's definitely the mix.
I mean, I'm not even thinking about this until like the winners. I've always had Top Gun for Golden Reel and this. So if it wins both of them, then I'm just gonna keep it in sound.
Next up, film animation sound mixing. The nominees are Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Lightyear, Turning Red, and Minions: The Rise of Gru. And I have Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Yes.
Not much to say. Just it's the only animated movie this year, I think, or last year. Film documentary sound mixing. Nominees are Moon Age Daydream, Louis Armstrong's Black and Blue, Goodnight Oppie, Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen, A Journey, a Song, and The Volcano, Rescue from Wakari. And I have Moon Age Daydream winning.
Yes.
Louis Armstrong's Black and Blues in second. A lot of music in that one, too. For TV, movie, miniseries, sound mixing, Obi-Wan, Moon Knight, Cabinet of Curiosities, Prey, and Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, and I have Obi-Wan.
Same.
Sure. Not much to say about these. 1 hour sound mixing on TV. Stranger Things, The White Lotus, Sicily, Better Call Saul, Severance, and Ozark. And Stranger Things I have winning here. It's great sound, beautiful sound.
Same.
Was awesome. It was so good in the second season. Fourth season, whatever. TV half-hour sound mixing. The nominees are Barry, The Bear, What We Do in the Shadows, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, and Only Murders in the Building. And I have The Bear winning.
I have Barry.
Barry's first in the odds. I figured he would have Barry. I think The Bear sound is great. And they do a lot of
I didn't say it wasn't.
This is great. I also get the sense, and this will actually carry over when we do the Writers Guilds, The Bear seemingly is a guild fave, or the industry is very excited about this show.
It is.
And so I think it could win here. And that's it. So that's our sound. So we separate a lot on that, so I can end up really tanking, to the delight of our commenters, I'm sure. American Society of Cinematographers are next, Joyce. This one's on Sunday.
There's 3 things on Sunday.
ASC Awards and the Writers Guild as well. Okay. American Society of Cinematographers. First up, feature film cinematography. The nominees are Top Gun Maverick, Elvis, The Batman, Bardo, and Empire of Light. And I have Elvis winning.
You're just like in the tank for Elvis. Remember when you had it winning 6 Oscars?
I still have it winning a decent amount of Oscars.
I mean, I think most people like have around 3 for it, which is fine.
Yeah.
I can't decide between Top Gun and Bardo here.
Okay.
I currently have Top Gun. I might switch to Bardo before.
Why Bardo?
Because it's, you know, it's beautiful and it's Darius. And I mean, I don't really think they care, like it matters that Top Gun was snubbed at the Oscars, because the Oscar winner probably was snubbed here.
Right.
All Quiet. So, and yeah. So I don't know. It's hard to say if they're just gonna go with Top Gun, as a lot of people have done this season so far.
And they should. Yeah. It's great. I'm going Elvis because I think Mandy Walker could win at the Oscars as well. And so I think we're just gonna like kind of start pushing these through. And you're right, All Quiet is not here, and that is probably gonna win the Oscars. Certainly is top 2 at the Oscars. So kind of going with the other, in my mind, the potential upset at the Oscars here for me. For feature documentary cinematography, there are 3 nominees: All That Breathes, Chef's Table Pizza, and This Stolen Country of Mine. I have All That Breathes winning.
Same.
For 1 hour series cinematography, commercial, Better Call Saul, The Old Man, Interview with the Vampire, Snowfall, and Snowpiercer. And I have Better Call Saul winning.
I do too. It probably won't win because it never wins anything.
Nothing. So what is actually going to win?
I have The Old Man in second.
Yes.
I guess he like Interview with the Vampire winning too. And Snowfall, which won last year. BCS is nominated for the series finale.
So
amazing hour of television, or more than an hour of television. And black and white. So ASC does love black and white.
That's why I got it in there. But...
yeah, but I have no expectations of it winning.
Me neither. I was like, it's not going to win, but I'll put it there. It's first on our odds. Next, for 1 hour series cinematography non-commercial, the nominees are House of the Dragon, The Lord of the Tides, House of the Dragon, The Green Council, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, How Do You Get to Carnegie Hall, Westworld, and These Follies, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Everything is Belmore, and 1899, The Calling. And I have The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, How Do You Get to Carnegie Hall winning here.
I have House of the Dragon, The Lord of the Tides.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel always does really well at cinematography, and this finale was really good. That was my take.
It does. I have it in second.
I think it could win. I just think I think it's won twice already here, maybe.
This
I don't know if this
it's won a bunch of Emmys. No, I don't know. Well, they've changed the category names too, but right. I don't.
It's definitely won a bunch of Emmys, so that's why
I don't think it's won here yet. Like I think The Crown has been in a bunch of times.
That's true.
And Handmaids.
Anyway, I think it could win here. I think the House of the Dragon ones maybe cancel each other out, though you could say the Mrs. Maisel ones would cancel each other out, but the finale I thought was pretty significant. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I mean, Lord of the Tides was one of their better received episodes.
For TV, movie, miniseries, or pilot cinematography, the nominees are Winning Time, The Old Man, The Cabinet of Curiosities, The Autopsy, Cabinet of Curiosities, The Outside, and Lost Ollie. I have Winning Time.
Same.
I've interviewed that cinematographer.
Great so have I, not for this.
It's great. What's his name, Joyce? Nate, I think?
No, Todd.
Todd. That's
Nate. Right. It's Todd Banazzi.
I was thinking Nate Bartazzi, who I think is a comic.
Wow.
Todd, what is his name?
Banazzi.
Yes.
Wow, rude. But I guess it was a very memorable.
It was a year ago. He was wonderful. And I actually.
Hey, listen, I talked to him for Hustlers, and that was 3 years ago.
We talked about Hustlers because that's like Hustlers rules. Totally justice for Hustlers. The guy's awesome, and Winning Time rules. Half-hour series cinematography. The nominees are a New Jazz episode of Atlanta, Barry, Hacks, Russian Doll, and Atlanta's Andrew Weth, Alfred's World. And I have Barry winning.
I do too for Carl Hersey. The finale. It lost the Emmy to a different Atlanta episode, Three Slaps.
Yes.
So, and 2 other Atlanta episodes are nominated here. But I'm gonna go with my guy, Barry.
He's great. I think it will win too. That's the Cinematography Society, American Society of Cinematographers. Excuse me. Next, ASC Awards. We keep on rolling. Film Drama Editing. The nominees are Top Gun Maverick, Elvis, All Quiet on the Western Front, Tar, and Women Talking. And I have Top Gun Maverick winning.
Yes.
Favorite at the Oscars. Though I think this movie will win in the next category. Film, comedy, musical, editing. Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Banshees of Inisherin, Glass Onion, Triangle of Sadness, and The Menu. And I have Everything Everywhere All at Once winning.
Yes.
Another Guild win. How many Guild wins is this movie going to get? All of them.
It's won at every Guild it's been nominated at, except sound editors, I think.
Incredible.
Yeah. Guild fave.
So it seems like the industry really likes it, Joyce.
You think?
Film, animation, editing. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Turning Red, and The Bad Guys. And I have Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Same.
For film documentary editing, nominees are Moon Age Daydream, Fire of Love, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, Navani, and Goodnight Oppie, and I have Fire of Love winning here.
I thought about that because it's archival, Five Moon Age Daydream.
I also thought, again, while it lost the PGA Awards, it was a DGA winner, and I just felt like the technical aspects of the movie people enjoy. I don't know. So I think it could win here. I do think it could still win at the Oscars. For TV drama editing, the nominees are Severance, The We Are, Andor, Euphoria, The Theater and Its Double, Euphoria, Stand Still Like a Hummingbird, and Severance in Perpetuity. And I have Euphoria, The Theater and Its Double winning.
Same.
It won at the Emmys. I've interviewed that group of editors. They're amazing. And that episode is so good. I think The We Are is a really close, could easily win because it is notably exciting for Severance, I would say. The pacing is great.
Yeah, it's good pacing because it's only like 41 minutes.
And the cross-cutting between all the times and the narratives are really incredible. But I think The Theater and Its Double is awesome. So
like I wasn't gonna predict Severance here anyway, but I feel like this entire time, or like the last 6 months, it like everyone's just been over predicting Severance and it hasn't really won anything.
Right.
You
and
know,
meanwhile, Euphoria is winning like DGA award. You know what I mean? Like I think Euphoria is definitely an industry.
yeah, like
as well.
like the Globes too. Like I think I didn't predict it to win anything. I was like either I'm very wrong or very right, and I was very right because it was like predicting win like drama series. I mean, I don't think anyone had House of the Dragon, to be fair, but and I didn't have any faith that they would actually give it to Better Call Saul. But I was just like, I don't. It like Severance didn't seem like a thing they would go for at the Globes, and yeah, and you know, it like you said, like it also lost DGA stuff. So I think it's like a consistent nominee at all these places. You know, SAG too. I think some people had a winning or predicting like Adam too, if you were, you know, like they're not going to give it to like Bob Odenkirk, but yeah, like it hasn't won anything major yet. So
next up, TV comedy series single camera editing. The nominees are The Bear, Barry for 710 North, Only Murders, Barry for Starting Now, and Atlanta, and I have The Bear winning.
I have Barry for 710 North. I thought about The Bear. The nominee is the premiere.
Yeah.
Not review.
Which is an explosive...
Which is the seventh episode, one take.
Yeah. No, I think The Bear could win, and like I said, I think it's a guild. It seems like it's becoming an industry fave, but I would not be surprised if Barry won either, obviously. For TV comedy multi-camera editing, How I Met Your Father, The Connors, and The Neighborhood, and I have How I Met Your Father.
Same.
For best limited series editing, the nominees are White Lotus, Sicily, Abduction, White Lotus, Sicily, Arrivederci, Station 11, Obi-Wan, and Gaslit. And I have White Lotus, Sicily, Abduction. I think that's the anti-penultimate episode or the penultimate episode. I forget which one, but
I couldn't decide between them. I have Arrivederci, which is the finale.
It's possible that they split the vote.
Yeah, I have Station 11 in third.
Yes.
I mean, it can overcome a vote split. But I don't like the editing on that show is not. I mean, we've talked about this. The show is like about its writing and the cast,
right?
Not necessarily like other technical aspects. Like it's not like the editing is bad.
So I thought the reason I picked Abduction is because that is definitely I think the most tension-filled hour of the season, if I remember correctly. And so I think that is done through the editing, certainly. And
yeah, it's kind of like I might switch to it because it's like last year when Illusions from Mayor won and it beat itself. It beat Fathers episode. So I don't know.
For best TV movie editing, the nominees are Weird, The Al Yankovic Story, Prey, Fire Island, A Jazzman's Blues, and Hocus Pocus 2. I have Prey winning.
I have Weird. I have Weird in a lot of these TV movie categories.
It's done pretty well.
And I'm also like, I don't know if they're really thinking that much about this.
Categories. And if they're not, they're looking at our site and seeing weird at the top and they're just like weird. That's what honestly I think could be happening for some of these, because it's always first in the odds and then it just wins. But I thought Prey would win because it's an action movie and the editing is good. So who can say? It's second in the odds. And then variety special or series. Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, a Black Lady sketch show, and my next guest needs no introduction with David Letterman. And I have Last Week Tonight with John Oliver winning.
Same.
And that is the editors. Congratulations to the winners. And finally, Joyce, we have the Writers Guild Awards, a big one. We'll be talking live.
So many ineligible scripts.
The most ineligible scripts. You will not see Banshees of Inisherin here.
Or All Quiet.
No. So for film original screenplay, the nominees are Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tar, The Fabelmans, The Menu, and Nope. And I have Everything Everywhere All at Once winning.
Yes.
I have The Fabelmans in second for our boy Tony Kushner.
I have that in third. I have Tar in second. I don't even think if Banshees were here, I still think Everything Everywhere would be winning. So
I don't think it's going to win the Oscar. I think everywhere is just steamrolling now. I don't know. I guess Banshees could win, but I think you're right. It would win here, even if it was against Banshees. For film adapted screenplay, the nominees are Women Talking, Glass Onion, Top Gun Maverick, She Said, and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. And Joyce, I did it. I have Top Gun Maverick winning.
I have Glass Onion.
I have Women Talking in second. I have She Said in third, Glass Onion in fourth, but I could make a case for all four of them winning. She Said is winning a special award, so that's why I was like, it probably won't win this. But I have Top Gun. You have Glass Onion. Either one could win. And Women Talking.
I just feel like, I mean, Woman Talking is still in first, right?
Yes. Glass Onion in second, Top Gun in third.
Yeah, like I can see, I thought about Top Gun too. I just went with Glass Onion because they like comedies. Like Borat one. This race actually reminds me of the Borat race, because that year, I think the predicted winner was One Night in Miami.
Yes.
And then like the other nominees were like Ma Rainey. Hold on, let me see. Ma Rainey, News of the World, and The White Tiger. So just like, some no one care films. Like the industry just did not care for these films.
Remember The White Tiger? Great.
Listen, I predicted The White Tiger Oscar nomination. So, but yeah, and I like One Night in Miami just felt like it felt like a winner, right? It was like based on a play and everything, and then Borat won. So, and then last year in original, they went with Don't Look Up.
Right. So that's actually why I have, I think Glass Onion qualifies too. That's why I have Top Gun here.
Yeah, that's like Glass Onion comedy. They also went with 8th Grade 4 years ago for Bo Burnham. And then he iconically said, "Have fun at the Oscars, losers," when he accepted it. So that beat Green Book. But yeah, this is a pretty open category. And I don't know. Like, I would love to see Women Talking win, but it's got no heat behind it.
It doesn't seem like the industry is really interested in it, despite the Frances McDormand and Sarah Polley interview in Vanity Fair this week.
It's like, yeah, and I don't, even if it won this, I don't know if I would predict it for the Oscar.
No, I'm not at all predict. Even
I
if
have All Quiet right now.
I would have All Quiet winning. Yeah, no doubt. I think All Quiet's going to win very handily at the Oscars, but I think Top Gun will win because while you could go like comedy, I mean, Glass Onion easily could win too, but those are to me the most populist movies that have a legitimate shot. No offense to Black Panther, and I just feel like they don't mind going populist here and like popular. And
no, and I love the Top Gun script. It gets a bad rap. Because people just think it's just like an action film.
Mm-hmm.
But so if you follow the Academy on Instagram for the past couple of weeks, they've been highlighting the screenplay nominees, and they'll do a reel, like a split screen with the scene and then the script scrolling through it. So I always, when I'm scrolling, I always stop and watch, because it's like I like reading scripts and seeing like what the stage directions are and what words were dropped or lines were changed. And what was funny was for the Glass Onion one, the scene they use, and most of the scenes they use are like 2 minutes long. The Glass Onion one was like 30 seconds because the scene was when Daniel Craig says to Kate Hudson when they're outside, like, oh, it's a mistake to think speaking without thought as speaking the truth. You know, that line, paraphrasing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a whole scene. It was like 30 seconds. The Top Gun scene they used was the Iceman scene. They played the entire scene. It's like 5 minutes long. I was
Amazing.
like, this is insane. And like, and then I looked at like all the other ones that they did, because they had other ones after that too, including women talking. And all those scenes are just like 2 minutes long. But the Top Gun one was the entire Iceman scene.
They're right, and they should say it. That's
yeah. And I sat there for the entire 5 minutes, watched the whole reel.
It's an incredible movie. The ending went viral again the other day, where it's like, it's what my dad would have done. That's it. This should win everything. It's just the best movie.
Did you cry?
So good. I almost did tear up watching the stupid scene. It's so good. The movie is so good. I don't care. It should win. So those are the movie ones. For documentary screenplay, Joyce, the nominees are Moon Age Daydream, Downfall, The Case Against Boeing, Last Flight Home, Second Chance, and Viva Maestro. And I have Moon Age Daydream winning, but I'm not totally convinced. And I think Last Flight Home could maybe win. But anyway, I have Moon Age Daydream.
I have that in second. I have Moon Knight winning. I have a lot of Moon Age Daydream wins here.
Me too. But I'm not sure if the industry really liked it that much. I guess they did.
Well, the Oscars didn't.
The Oscars did not, no. For TV comedy series, this is a competitive category. The nominees are Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Barry, and Only Murders in the Building. And I have The Bear winning.
Same.
I have Hacks in second. I think Hacks could even win. I would not be shocked.
Hacks won last year.
Yeah.
And I called it because I was like, I think it could beat Ted.
Yeah. I just think the industry really likes The Bear, and I think the writing on the show is sharp and the newer thing, and Hacks could easily win again, but I think because The Bear is like slightly newer and, you know, people like being distracted by new things, it could win.
I think we talked about this the other day with SAG, or last week, I guess, when we were doing predictions, and why I wasn't predicting Quinta Brunson. And I feel like Abbott hasn't really performed that well at the guilds.
No.
And so I feel like it winning SAG makes sense, right? Like SAG ensemble, like that's like the perfect ensemble show, where it's the most ensemble of the nominees too. And I understand it's PGA lost too, because like people love The Bear, and Abbott also wasn't nominated at DGA either. The Bear was. So this they also haven't awarded a broadcast show in like 10 years or 11 years. Modern Family was the last one. So
yep, everything you said is
2012.
I totally agree with all this.
Yeah. So I think they'll just go with The Bear.
Yep. For drama series choice, nominees are Better Call Saul, Severance, The Crown, Yellow Jackets, and Andor. And I have Better Call Saul winning.
I do too, obviously. And again, I don't feel good about it, but what else am I gonna do?
So what would
I'm not gonna, this is my last hurrah with them. I'm not gonna betray them.
What would really win?
I don't really know, because again, like we said, like Severance is kind of, always the bridesmaid.
I put Yellow Jackets in second.
I have Yellow Jackets in second too.
And I think Yellow Jackets could win here very easily.
The Crown has won before, but as we've said about this past season, not their best.
No, I really could see Yellow Jackets winning. I might actually move it into first, but I'll stick with Better Call Saul, just because
it really should win. I mean, like the writers of all people should really.
That's what I was thinking.
Appreciate the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sucks because it's not even like on an Americans level with them, because the Americans has won twice here, including for its last season, but it won before that. So I'm just like, guys,
For
this
new
is it.
TV series. New TV series and nominees are Abbott Elementary, Severance, The Bear, Andor, and Bad Sisters, and I have The Bear winning.
Same.
A lot of people have Abbott Elementary winning comedy and new series, and I think they will be wrong because I think The Bear wins both of those.
Even if one show doesn't win both of those, I think The Bear would win this. And like, if you want to, spread the wealth, then I would do Abbott in comedy and Bear in new.
Right.
So, but I have Bear in both of
them. Next up is TV variety talk series. Nominees are John Oliver, Jon Stewart, Late Night with Seth Meyers, Jimmy Kimmel, Samantha Bee, Full Frontal, Charlemagne the God, and Tuning Out the News. And I have John Oliver for Last Week Tonight winning.
Same.
Nothing to say.
I mean, last year was exciting because Conan won.
Yes.
Yeah. John Oliver hasn't won in a couple years, so I feel like they might just go back to him.
Seems like it would. None of the other shows feel really buzzy to me.
I would love to see Seth win.
Me too, but I feel like Seth should have won 2 years ago.
I have him in second because I'm.
Me too, actually, but
I think most people probably have Jon Stewart in second.
Yeah. For TV variety sketch series, the nominees are SNL, Inside Amy Schumer, and Pause with Sam Joy, and I have SNL winning.
Yes.
Nothing else to say. And then for TV limited series, it's The White Lotus Sicily, The Dropout, Fleischman is in Trouble, Pam and Tommy, and The Staircase. And I have The White Lotus Sicily winning.
Yes. So
I have Fleischman in Trouble in second. Would
yes.
love to see it, but I don't think anything can stop Mike White from winning for writing.
Love to see White Lotus in different genres everywhere. So
it's amazing.
Still in limited here.
It's amazing. For TV movie, nominees are Weird, The Al Yankovic Story, Heart of the Matter, Ray Donovan the Movie, Honor Society, and Torn Hearts, and I have Weird winning.
Again, Weird. I just have it.
The Guild loves
places.
And that's it. That's the Writers Guild Award. So we did it, Joyce. We went through all of the predictions. So nothing really wild here, I would say.
No, and I don't even know like what would really shock me.
Nothing.
I'm like trying to like I guess if like Nope won, but it's not gonna win. It's not beating Everything Everywhere.
I mean, if Everything Ever lost at any of these things that it's up for, I would be shocked, frankly.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be shocked at like anything winning and adapted, I guess, maybe except She Said and Black Panther, but
I wouldn't even be shocked at She Said winning because I think the Writers Guild did really like that, seemingly, but I don't think Black Panther would win, frankly.
And then no, it's obviously just a filler nominee because of the ineligible scripts.
Correct.
And yeah, like no, the comedy series, I would be completely fine with any of those 5 nominees winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, drama. I mean, honestly, I could see Andor winning that too. I have it in 5th, but
great writing and a very acclaimed writer involved. So why not? Joyce, we could do some listener emails we got. I remembered this week. You can email us at slugfest@goldderby.com. Here is Jess K. They write, if Steven Spielberg doesn't win Best Director, isn't it fair to say voters might be more willing to grant John Williams a legacy win for The Fabelmans in Best Score? Even though The Fabelmans' momentum has slowed, it's still beloved, and I think a win for John Williams would be a way to show it some love without really taking away from the more adored films like Everything Everywhere, Banshees, Top Gun, Elvis. Do you agree? That's Jess K.
I think that is a very idealized situation. Listen, I love The Fabelmans. I would love to see it win an Oscar. I don't really think that's going to happen, but I agree Score is the best spot for it.
I don't think it's going to happen either, but it would be great, right?
yeah. It yeah, I think I don't even know where I have John Williams.
I might have him
Probably
in fifth.
I don't even know. I don't think they care. Honestly, I don't think they think that way really. And maybe even like I don't know, maybe it would have like a better shot if like Everything Everywhere wasn't in the category too. Like that's the stronger movie. All Quiet is the stronger movie. I have All Quiet winning.
I have All Quiet winning too. It's a weird category because, like you said, like Everything Everywhere shouldn't have even gotten in, basically, based on the other scores that missed. I would say, like, we didn't, none of that. I don't think a lot of people predicted the score would get in. So that it got in shows that the industry just, and the Academy specifically, was like over the moon about this movie. And then it could easily win, but then by being there, right? But like, it's not a part of the movie that I think people were really excited by. And then Babylon has won a lot. Justin Hurwitz has won a lot, but no one really thinks that. It doesn't seem like it would be like weird if that won, I think, because the movie is just totally MIA. I don't know. All Quiet
Yeah, and
seems
it's
like
the
a likely
only
win.
non-Best Picture nominee in there because the other one's Banshees.
Right.
And I love that score too, but I don't think Carter Burrell's winning.
No.
So I I guess if you're a voter and you really want to vote for Fabelmans somewhere, you do that. But I don't think most of them think too hard about this. And
I don't think so either. But here's the thing I guess I could see. And reason why maybe it could win, or maybe Babylon could end up winning, is because, like you said, there are 4 Best Picture nominees in there. And if you're just like a fan of those, you might just be like, well, I'll just pick this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could have, it's easy to imagine that being a very, very close race. And then, like, maybe Justin Hurwitz actually does win because Babylon is just like the odd movie out, and there's more support around him rather than like the diffuse support of the other 4. I don't know, but even then, I don't think John Williams would win because I just I don't know. I don't think.
I don't think they see that as like a consolation prize for the Fabelmans because Steven is not gonna win director.
Yeah.
I think like we like on the outside think about this more because if you're a fan of the Fabelmans, you want it to win something. You don't want it to go home empty-handed.
Right.
So you try to figure out scenarios where it can win something. And I don't really think it can, unfortunately. I like where else can it win?
I don't think it's gonna win at all. I think it's gonna go over.
Which will be it's the first TIFF winner since 2011 to not win an Oscar, or it will be. So
next
the TIFF, what was the TIFF top 3? They didn't do that well. It was like Glass Onion, right? Wasn't that runner up?
Yeah.
And then was it Woman Talking?
I want to say it was
People's Choice Award. Let me see. Oh, Fabelmans, Woman Talking, Glass Onion. So those 3.
Not great, Bob.
Yeah. So
next up, this one comes from Richard. You can email us at slugfest@goldderby.com, by the way. Thanks for your informative and knowledgeable Oscar videos. One of the best moments for me came recently when Chris mentioned Lincoln losing to Argo for screenplay. I think it was said, quote, "No offense, but get right the fuck out," which I just loved and inspired me to write in because for years I've still been livid about this. Just compare the dialogue on Knowing True North and Lincoln to Argo fuck yourself. I mean, come on. To me, this is the most insulting Oscar win of recent history, meaning it makes me the angriest still to this day. Now, whenever there is a terrible win, I mutter to my wife, "Argo, fuck yourself," during the Oscar broadcast. So my question is, what Oscar win made you the most insulted and angry? Not the most egregious or confusing snub, but what win still pisses you off most to this day? Thanks, Richard in West Virginia.
I love the connection between Tony Kushner, if these 2 questions.
You knew I was going to read this one, Richard. You had to know we were going to Tony Kushner's high rise here. But what would you say, Joyce?
That I mean, a lot of them. I don't agree with most Oscar picks because we just don't have the same taste at all. I You know, I've said before, like I love the screenplay categories, and I thought they were doing a pretty good job in the 2010s in original screenplay, um, until Green Book.
Yeah. I'll go to that same. Actually, no, it's not the same ceremony, is it?
I don't know what you're gonna say. So
Yeah, it is the same ceremony. I'll go with the Rami Malek winning Best Actor over Bradley Cooper. That to me is
you're just never gonna let this go.
I will never let it go ever in a million years. It's just a travesty. No offense to Rami Malek, who is a fine actor, but Bradley Cooper in Star is Born is such an obvious Oscar winner, and he's so good in the movie, and it will stand the test of time in a way that the Bohemian Rhapsody performance maybe will not as much, and neither will the movie. But so I still don't understand how that happened.
I mean, honestly, you could say that about most of Bo Rap's wins, like the editing win. Um,
Yikes.
yeah, I don't even know what I voted for in Best Actor that year. I feel neither here nor there for any of them, so maybe I would have abstained.
Wow. Bradley,
yeah, like a
forever.
lot of people like stan Bradley, and I'm like, sure. I mean, he was good, but
So good.
I'm not obsessed with it like you are.
Obsessed. He's one of my favorite actors. I can't not wait for Maestro. It is like one of my most anticipated, maybe even more than Killers of the Flower Moon, which is shocking as like the #1 Scorsese fan on earth. But I can't wait for Maestro. Here's another one, Joyce, from Dan. I don't believe we read this one. I was saving it. So big fan of your discussions. Best Actress was so competitive this season with a wide range of great performances from actresses. And I was wondering what each of your personal Best Actress lineups would look like. I realize this is a tough question on the spot. So if it is too inconvenient, here are some what are some performances that you feel deserve more attention? And then Dan's favorite lineup would be Cate Blanchett, Emma Thompson, Tang Wei, Dale Dickey in A Love Song, and Andrea Riseborough in To Leslie.
I don't know. I'm not one of those people who makes their own lineups.
I don't do it either, but I can do it for purposes here.
Well, my favorite performance of the year in Best Actress was Cate Blanchett. So
right.
Her. I also like Tang Wei, so I would do her too.
Okay. So here's my 5.
Okay.
I just came up with. And no order, really. This is just off the top of my head. Kiki Palmer for Nope, I would say is a lead, and I would have her in. Lead. She is the lead. So I would put her in. Thuso Mbedu for The Woman King, also a lead, also would be in. I like Viola Davis, but I thought Thuso Mbedu was like way more impressive to me and had more tricky material to play. She was awesome. Mm-hmm. Margot Robbie in Babylon, just fucking ruled. Cate Blanchett for Tar, undeniable. And Camila Mendes in Do Revenge. Iconic performance. So good. Easily one of the best performances of the year. She's so funny. It's a perfect performance.
Okay, so I have 2. I don't what you know what? I'll do Thuso too, because she got no love this season. Viola got enough nominations, even though she didn't. She was
great.
Yeah,
so good.
It's just paid dust, even in supporting. Frauded and supporting.
Couldn't even get it frauded. It's a joke.
Got nothing. Wait, so that's 3. So I need 2 more. What else did I like this year? I don't. Oh, I'll do J-Law for my fave Causeway.
Oh, good. J-Law was great.
Yeah, I love her in that mode, in her indie mode.
So good.
Yeah. And I don't know. Yikes.
Andrea Riseborough?
You know what? Like, I enjoyed her. I don't know if I would vote for her.
No.
So. I don't know. Who else did I like?
I'm trying to think of other movies.
I know, me too. I'm like, what else did I watch? But then I think of something. I'm like, no, like I didn't enjoy them that much. Like they're not bad, but like not my fave.
Not my faves.
Um,
A lot of not my faves this
am
year.
I just gonna have a 4-person lineup?
You could have Michelle Williams for Fableman.
That's true. I could do her. Yeah, you know what? I'll just do her since, everyone got their panties in a twist about her going lead.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll defend her.
It's fine with me. I love that. All right. I don't think I have any other ones that we haven't done. Let me see. Let's see.
No one sent anything in the past week.
No, they have. Here's just a information dump from Steven. I'll read this one because he was kind enough to write in. Maybe it'll help us with some picks. He writes, first and foremost, I have listened to you both religiously this past year, and I can never get enough. Before I get into some Oscar conversation, I wanted to point out that I re-listened to your early Oscar predictions episode from last year, and it is absolute gold. LOL. I was dying at the conversation you two were having. The way you both would laugh anytime everything ever was mentioned as a nominee. Please do a commentary episode before the Oscars. I would love to hear your thoughts while you re-listen.
I don't know. We need to do a review of it. We could probably do that when we do our early picks for next year.
I thought we would do it when we did our early picks, but I did pull up. I think I have here. Hang on, I gotta find it because I have it in a spreadsheet.
Our picks from like March 30th,
Yeah.
2022.
It's amazing. Hold on. Okay, so I'll just do those quick here. Early Oscar picks from March of 2022. My best picture lineup was Armageddon Time, Babylon, Empire of Light, The Fablemans, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Napoleon, neither of which exist, come out this year. She Said, The Sun, White Noise, and The Woman King. Yikes.
Wow. What is that, like 2?
I got
3?
1. Right?
It's just The Fablemans?
None of these other ones got nominated.
What else? You just had you just had The Fablemans. Oh my gosh.
And then you had
I know I had PTA's favorite movie.
You did one better than me, and you'll laugh what the one was. Your best picture picks were Babylon, Empire of Light, The Fablemans, Killers of the Flower Moon, Poor Things, She Said, The Sun, 13 Lives, and I wrote down your quote was, "This is my basic pick."
It was
White Noise and Women Talking. So you got 2 out of 10 in March, and I got 1 out of 10 for best director. Another hilarious. We don't have to do all these. Maybe we could. You wrote, I had Damien Chazelle, Maria Schrader for She Said, Scorsese, Spielberg, and Gina Prince Bythewood. So I got 1 again. And you also got 1. You know, Damien Chazelle, Park Chan-wook, Martin Scorsese, Spielberg, and Florian Zeller.
I went hard on The Sun. I remember that.
For actor in March, I had Coleman Domingo for Rustin, which was bumped to this year. Colin Firth for Empire of Light when he was not even in it for more than 5 minutes. Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Joaquin Phoenix for Napoleon, and Jesse Plemons for Killers of the Flower Moon. And you had DiCaprio, Coleman Domingo, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Hugh Jackman for The Sun, and Bill Nye for Living. So congratulations, you got 2 out of 5.
Yeah, because I did Bill Nye straight out of Sundance.
Great note. For Best Actress in March, I had Olivia Colman and Viola Davis, Regina King for Shirley, Carey Mulligan for She Said, and Margot Robbie for Babylon. Woof. You had Naomi Ackie, Cate Blanchett, Olivia Colman, Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Margot Robbie. So you were on Kate early, which is smart.
Love my Kate.
Check out this one for me in August. Wow. Supporting actor.
Wait, in August?
I'm sorry. In March.
We did do a refresh in August.
We did it in August. I have that too. But for supporting actor in March, I had Paul Dano for The Fablemans, Leo for Killers of the Flower Moon, Anthony Hopkins for Armageddon Time, Jeremy Strong for Armageddon Time, and Glenn Turman for Rustin. Yikes.
You did not let go of Jeremy for a very, 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 very long time.
I'll be vindicated because it is an all-time performance, but no one cares about that movie. It doesn't exist. For March supporting actor, you had Paul Dano for The Fablemans, Willem Dafoe for Poor Things, De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Zen McGrath for The Sun, R.I.P. for The Sun, and then Brad Pitt for Babylon.
How do we, I mean, with the movies that were bumped, like, is that a negative for us, or I don't know?
I don't know. For supporting actress, mine were Julia Butters for The Fabelmans. I feel vindicated. She was great in it. She's not in very much. Lily Gladstone for Killers of Flower Moon for me. Zoe Kazan for She Said. Samantha Morton for She Said. And Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans. I had She Said Fever. And you had Jessie Buckley, Patricia Clarkson for She Said, Laura Dern for The Sun, Jean Smart for Babylon, and Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans.
Amazing.
When we got to August, we both did a little better because we had
everything everywhere.
Everything Everywhere was a lot more well represented in August. So
that's why it's fun to do it 1 year out. You don't know what's going to be moved.
No.
You don't know what's going to flop. We had a lot of flops.
I was thinking when we do this again, we have to maybe we should actually chat beforehand and agree on where we're putting people, so we don't like do different categories just for our own purposes.
The Oscars can put them anywhere they want, so I don't think it matters.
Okay, I thought it'd be more fun to get it like that, but okay. And that's it, I guess. Those are.
I'll just copy and paste my Killers of the Flower Moon picks over to this year.
I will definitely have Napoleon well represented next year as well, or this year as well. All right, Joyce. Well, that's it. So those are our big picks. So we'll be on again on Sunday night. Talk about the WGA Awards.
You watch The Bear win 2 awards?
Yes.
You watch Glass Onion or Top Gun win?
Yes. Or Women Talking win, maybe. All right. Well, I'll talk to you then, Joyce. Bye.